Introduction. The Stoic Man's Frame. The core of a man's power in any relationship is his frame, his personal reality, his values, and his ability to remain unmoved by external chaos. The philosophy of Stoicism teaches us to focus intensely on what we can control, our character and our responses, and to be indifferent to what we cannot control, the actions and opinions of others. The 9 points that follow are not about controlling a woman, they are about controlling yourself. They are the non-negotiable habits of a man who understands that genuine, lasting attraction is drawn to inner stability, not neediness, and that a life of purpose is always more magnetic than a life of chasing. Master these principles, and you shift your dynamic from one of desperate pursuit to one of confident, magnetic presence. The 9 non-negotiable don'ts for the smart man. 1. Never explain yourself too much. The principle: confidence does not beg to be understood. A smart man communicates clearly, but he does not perform a self-justification ritual. Over-explaining, whether it's a delayed text, a weekend plan, or a personal decision, is a form of seeking approval. This behavior signals a deep-seated insecurity and tells a woman, "My actions are only valid if you sanction them." Impact. Over-explaining kills the mystery and shifts the power balance entirely into her hands. Stoic response. State your truth once, calmly and with conviction. Let your presence and character speak for itself. If a woman respects you, a novel of excuses won't be necessary. If she doesn't, no amount of explanation will suffice. Don't chase ever. The principle: chasing is a surrender of value. There is a vast difference between healthy, directed pursuit, effort with clear intention and mutual engagement, and desperate chasing, bending over backwards, excessive texting, or giving attention that hasn't been earned. Women are naturally wired to test a man's boundaries and stability. Every time you chase, you are failing the test. Impact. You train her to value you less because you become an easily available, low-effort commodity. Stoic response. Value your time and energy. Pursue when the energy is mutual. When a woman pulls back, a smart man effortlessly falls back into his purpose. If she genuinely wants to be in your life, she will close the gap. 3. Don't reveal your whole life too soon. The principle: intimacy must be earned. Vulnerability is a reward, not an opening act. In the excitement of a new connection, many men flood a woman with their entire life story, past traumas, goals, fears, and ex-relationships, all within the first few dates. This premature sharing destroys the necessary element of mystery and tension. Impact. You risk turning genuine emotional connection into emotional pressure. You put your soul on the table and ask her to admire it, which often breeds discomfort instead of attraction. Stoic response. Reveal your story slowly, in pieces, with purpose. Allow her to lean in, to wonder, and to earn the deeper layers of your life. This makes the truth you eventually share far more valuable. Never try to fix her. The principle: you are a partner, not a therapist or a rescuer. When a woman is in a period of chaos, inconsistency, or self-sabotage, a man's instinct is often to try and save her. This is a fatal attraction killer. Trying to fix her positions you in a paternal or a therapist role, which immediately destroys romantic or sexual attraction. Impact. You take responsibility for problems that are not yours and become burdened by them, compromising your own stability. Stoic response. Show empathy and hold space for her, but stay rooted in your frame. A woman needs a stable man who won't be pulled into her storm, not a man who offers quick solutions. Let her walk her own path toward healing. 5. Don't neglect your purpose for her. The principle: your mission is your foundation. Your partner is the decoration. A man's purpose, his mission, career, personal goals, and self-development is the oxygen that sustains his life. When a woman enters the picture, trading your mission for her attention, skipping the gym, stalling business goals, leads to codependency. Impact. She loses respect for you because you have downgraded your life's purpose to prioritize her. A woman is attracted to a man who is on a path, not one who is waiting by his phone for her text. Stoic response: hold your mission as sacred. She should be a part of your life, an enhancement, but never the center. The paradox is that when a man is chasing something bigger than her, she will chase him. 6. Don't compete for her attention. The principle, true value commands presence. It does not chase validation. If you are at an event and she is talking to another man, the instinct to overcompensate, louder jokes, bigger gestures is a reactive flinch of the ego. This act of competing immediately signals insecurity. Impact: you admit, without words, that her attention is a prize you must frantically prove yourself worthy of. You look like every other man trying to gain external validation. Stoic response: remain centered and unmoved. Let her drift. The man who stays connected to his own worth and doesn't flinch when her attention wanders is the one who separates himself from the crowd, and he is the one she will ultimately return to. Never make her the source of your happiness. The principle, build your peace from within, love from a position of wholeness. To build your emotional world around an external source, a woman, a job, or any temporary state, is to build on a foundation of sand. When she leaves, or when her mood changes, your entire world collapses. This is neediness, and it repels. Impact: you become emotionally dependent on her texts, moods, and compliments to feel whole, which is a massive burden on the relationship. Stoic response: find peace in your discipline, joy in your solitude, and meaning in your mission. Be whole without her. A woman is meant to add to your pre-existing happiness, not become the sole reason for it. This emotional self-sufficiency is what creates magnetic attraction. 8. Don't react emotionally to her tests. The principle, your stability is the anchor. A woman will inevitably test your frame. She may pull back, question your ambition, or make a sarcastic comment about your masculinity. These are subconscious attempts to gauge your stability. Reacting emotionally, snapping, getting triggered, or doubting yourself is an immediate failure of the test. Impact: you prove that her emotional waves can move your mountain, showing her you are not the grounded man she subconsciously seeks. Stoic response: observe, breathe, and control your response. The smart man laughs, smiles, and stays still. He proves that he is centered in who he is and that her emotional turbulence is not enough to compromise his inner peace or break his concentration. 9. Never apologize for your standards. The principle, your standards are the boundaries of your integrity. You have non-negotiable standards. You require loyalty. You seek peace over drama, and you demand a woman who brings value and positive energy. You are a man with requirements, not a man with low self-esteem. Impact: apologizing for or lowering your standards for the sake of immediate approval is a betrayal of your self-worth. It tells the world you are negotiable. Stoic response: hold the line. You do not demand perfection, but you demand alignment. If a woman does not meet your requirements, you leave calmly, clearly, and without resentment. Your personal standards are the guardians of your most sacred asset, your inner peace. Conclusion: the path of inevitable attraction. The man who integrates these 9 principles ceases to be a chaser. He is not defined by external factors, a woman's validation, a text message, or an emotional outburst. He is defined by his unwavering self-control and his unapologetic purpose. By focusing on the Stoic virtues of wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance in his relationships, the smart man builds a life that is so rich and stable that his presence becomes a gift. He does not need a woman to complete him, fix him, or define him. He is already whole. This is the ultimate lesson. When you stop compromising your integrity, you stop chasing. You simply exist in power, and genuine attraction becomes the inevitable result.